Borderlands fans haven't been short on content in recent years, with spin-offs like Tiny Tina's Wonderlands and new tales from the Borderlands keeping them busy and disappointed. But Borderlands 4 is still a long way off. Borderlands 3 was released in 2019, so fans of the beloved FPS series are more than ready for another mainline entry. While there hasn't been any official word on Borderlands 4, developers have been dropping hints that the next installment is in the works, and fans are already debating what they want to see in the sequel. Borderlands 3 hit many of the right notes when it came to celebrating what players loved about the previous games while still adding newer elements, and finessing others to improve upon its predecessors. One of the main aspects where gamers saw plenty of improvement was in the build variety of Vault Hunters. Although each Borderlands entry introduces its own special blend of classes and characters, Borderlands 3 really gave gamers the most options. And Borderlands 4 has the opportunity to carry this forward a step further. Borderlands 3 brought back some familiar faces, like Moxie and everyone's favorite annoying robot Claptrap. But it also introduced some new characters as well. With returning classes like the Siren, this game was able to capture elements of the previous games while also bringing them together with new ones like its powerful Beastmaster class. Players were able to choose between the pre-designed characters of Amara, FL4K, Mose or Zane, in classic Borderlands fashion. But this didn't mean they couldn't put their own twists on their chosen protagonists too. Picking a character didn't necessarily mean gamers were locked into a certain playstyle. Within each class, there were initially 3 skill trees for players to choose from, as well as different action skills which could all combine in various ways, depending on how gamers wanted to approach the combat. The skill trees were detailed and diverse and consisted of passive skills, capstones and augments, which all pushed players to carefully strategize how they were investing their skill points as they leveled up throughout the game. Having multiple skill trees, each with different focuses, offered so much variety just within one class and increased Borderlands 3's replay value as well, especially with new skill trees added in DLC. The Vault Hunters of Borderlands 3 were a masterclass in providing the right avatars for big bombastic gameplay with plenty of scope for players to get creative as well. Thanks to the variety of customization options and action skills that gamers could choose from, Borderlands 3 helped to set the bar for how much freedom the FPS franchise could give players. Expectations for Borderlands 4 are already fairly high, given the gap between each games and the exciting steps the series has already taken into with its spin-off titles, and there are many fans out there that are hoping the next game tops its predecessors in significant ways, but also makes up for the flaws we've seen in the most recent games. I mean, let's face it, it felt like the plot was written on the back of a napkin in some long-forgotten bar no one wants to go to, and the dialogue felt like it was directly pulled out of the hands of a Fortnite kid. That said, Gearbox Software might have an uphill climb ahead of it when it comes to pleasing its fans. But Borderlands 4 has an opportunity to really deliver a solid FPS experience and push boundaries while still staying true to the franchise. Duplicating and improving on Borderlands 3's build diversity could be key, and there could even be a character creation feature like in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Even if the characters are pre-designed like the previous mainline entries, building complexity and creativity into the way players can customize them is a must. Even after these more recent, disappointing titles, I still feel like Borderlands holds the key to the looter-shooter genre, and I'm not quite ready to see them lose it. Will Gearbox Software manage to pull it out of a magic hat and deliver on all the promises and hopes that we as a community are trying to get for Borderlands 4? I suppose time will tell. And until then, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching this video. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It's completely free and I won't annihilate anything of yours if you do so. Glad we're on the same page.